Alright, let me look over our list one more time. We need rope, oil, bandages. It looks like we got everything down that we needed from the market. Was there anything else you wanted to add to the list, Rose Petal? A journal? Didn't I just buy you one? How did you already fill it? If you haven't filled it yet, why do you need a new one? The journal I got you was too pretty to use, was it? I'll be sure to keep that in mind next time. You ready to go? Good. Alright, Alroy. We're headed to the market. Take us around back where the open fields are. Let's not have a repeat of last trip and scare any travelers that don't know you. Some of these vendors spoil you too much, you know that? Regardless of if you're seen or not. I'm sure they're going to give me something to take to you, so stop whining and let's get going. After you, Rose Petal. Alright, Alroy. Let's fly. Behave, boy. If I hear screaming, I'm assuming it's your fault, and any treats I get from the vendor will go to Rose Petal's dragon. You hear me? Follow me, Rose Petal. Huh. It looks like they added new vendors since the last time we came. There are some stalls I don't recognize. Hopefully they're selling something of use. We can never have too wide of a selection of supplies and weapons. While we're here, we should look to getting us sized for new armor sets to be made. The hotheads haven't been easy on our current set, and they won't last long at the rate we're going. The list we have is a dragon tail long. Here. Take this half of the list along with this. Hold out your hand. That should be enough money for everything on your list along with anything extra you decide to pick up. Splitting up will make the trip faster, and it's about time you learn how to navigate the entire marketplace anyway, especially with these new vendors in place. Since I know I'll be finished before you, I'll come find you afterwards. Take your time. Mention me to any vendor you go to so no one tries to overcharge you. Understand? Be safe. Whistle and Alroy and I will be at your side in a blink of an eye. That should be everything on my list, with a few extra supplies from the new vendors. Not a bad selection today. Now to find my Rose Petal. A lot of what is on their list should have taken them just over here. No. 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 Oh, there they are. They're at one of the new vendor stalls selling journals? Huh. Maybe they found one they could actually use and... Vendor boy is leaning pretty fucking close to them, isn't he? Huh. What the fuck could he be saying that's making my Rose Petal smile and laugh like that? There you are, Rose Petal. I didn't mean to leave you for so long. You know, I found a stall that also has handmade journals that are more your taste. It's on the other side of the market. Why don't we just... You want me to meet someone? Who? Oh, so you know this vendor, do you? Great. The name's Jackson. Jackson Ward. Yeah, Dragon Tamer of the North. You heard of me, huh? Most people who have heard of me also know of my relationship with this one by now. You look surprised that we know each other. Of course you didn't think they were the same person. Listen, Vendor Boy, I get that it's been a while since you've seen each other, and I'm just so happy you two got to reunite. But we need to get going. Right, Rose Petal? You still have a lot to get from your list. We don't need any more distractions. I don't want to hear it. Let's get what we came here for. Yes, I know you wanted a journal, but there are other journals. You're testing my patience, Rose Petal. You know, Vendor Boy, I was trying to be civil, but now you're inserting yourself where you don't fucking belong. I don't give a shit how long you've known them, or what relationship you had with them, because neither of that fucking matters. What matters is that they're mine, and I'm not going to listen to you pretend to know what's best for them, because you don't. I do. I don't know what you did or said to make my Rose Petal feel like they needed to give you the time of fucking day, but no, I'm not going to let it happen again. I'm not someone you want to fuck with. You know who I am. You know what I do. If I can take down a horde of dragons on my own, I can take down some pathetic little vendor boy who doesn't know his place. We'll leave you to try to make ends meet. Rose Petal, we're leaving. That wasn't a fucking suggestion. You think I'm the one being unreasonable? I wouldn't have to resort to this if you listened to me the first time and left. Now, get on Alroy. No. Alright, fine. Alroy, grab them and let's get going. Kick and scream all you want, Rose Petal. You're just making a bigger scene for yourself. Fly. Rose Petal. Rose Petal, will you stop fucking running and listen to me? Rose Petal, open up. Let me in the house. Let's talk about this. You're being ridiculous. Rose Petal, all this over a fucking vendor boy? If you just listened to me in the first place, we would have gotten you a nice journal, finished off our list, and none of this would have happened. Yes, I had to act like that towards him. Did you see how he was trying to drive a fucking wedge between us? He was acting like he had the right to. What did he think he was being? Your knight in shining armor? I've never seen a knight wear a fucking apron. I didn't overreact. You're the one overreacting. Sure, I brought Alroy into the marketplace. But again, if you just listened to me in the first place, I wouldn't have had to. I would have thrown you over my shoulder and carried you to Alroy. But my hands were full carrying the supplies. Are you even listening to me anymore? Rose Petal. Rose Petal! You know what? Fine. Dinner will be at the main grounds. You're welcome to join me because you and I both know that if you starve yourself tonight, you aren't going to have the strength to do any of the morning groundwork. So I'll see you when you've calmed down. Don't fucking start, Alroy. I don't want to hear it. You should have seen how Vendor Boy was looking at them. It was like a starved dog drooling in front of a butcher shop. I'm not saying that. Rose Petal isn't a piece of meat to me, but they are to the likes of him. I did what I had to do. Well, now they're angry and locked me out of the house. While I know they're not going to skip on dinner, I know they aren't going to be calmed down. Which means I need to do something to calm them down. Or at least, just turn that anger into something else. And considering I'm still in a shit mood, I think I know just the thing that will work for both of us. Rose Petal! Rose Petal! One of the fucking Wranglers left the Hothead stables unlocked, and they got out. There are a few roaming the grounds, but I saw one heading towards the market. They're going to be attracted to the smell of food if they're flying over it. There's no time for both of us to go. I need you to gear up and help the Wranglers handle the rest of the Hotheads that are loose and make sure no one else gets out. Alroy! I'm counting on you. Stay safe. We're right on time for the show, boy. It's a good thing that Rose Petal accidentally took one of Vendor Boy's journals. Even if they realized they grabbed it, they were too angry to realize they dropped it when storming towards the house. They'll likely forget about it completely with the mess that the Wranglers caused back at the taming grounds. This hothead is a tracker. She's actually fairly trained. She's only considered a hothead because everything she tracks, she burns without hesitation. I thought maybe she needed one last track and burn to get it fully out of her system and promote her to a tamed one, but this one can come in handy. I'm going to grab a memento. You go and find the tracker and keep her with you. A shame she hit a few of the other stalls, but it doesn't smell like too many people were caught by her flames. But one was, and that's all that matters. Ah, this looks like a nice memento. He probably took off the apron while getting ready to close for the day. This will do. It even has a nice singe on it. You should have just kept to yourself, Vendor Boy. But I guess some of us just learn by experience. By the looks of it, they wrangled in the last of the hotheads. Let's drop this tracker off. Hey you! Get this hothead back into her stable. Shit, there's Rose Petal. Rose Petal. I'm fine. We managed to get the hothead back. A lot of the market vendors were already closed for the day. The hothead only managed a few stalls, but one of the stalls... I was too late to save your friend. I'm so sorry. If I had only been a little faster, I could have gotten to him on time. He shouldn't have gone out like this. I could have saved him. I shouldn't have said all of those things to him, and now... Rose Petal, I'm sorry. I couldn't... What was that for? You forgive me? But how? After everything I said to him, to you, after I couldn't save him... You're right. I did tell you that. I told you that losing people is part of the job, and all we can do is keep saving and protecting who we can. You're proving yourself to be a great tamer, Rose Petal. We'll see to what happened to tonight after we take care of ourselves and grab food. I also want to talk about going back to the market tomorrow. I want to help rebuild the stalls that were taken out by the hothead. These people have always been good to us. We need to take care of them, especially since this mess came from our grounds. You go get started with dinner. I'll settle Alroy for the night. It's been a long day for all of us. And that, Alroy, is how it's done. At least I know I have a career in theater if I ever retire from taming.